Well, today we're heading into the back ridges to search a picture, places that don't normally go. Well, it starts out as a beautiful day. You could see how green everything is with all this rain we've had and this warm temperatures. Even the redbuds is out. Well, we walk on past this farm, these big farm fields, and we head on back into these ridges. It's a pretty good walk back in there. And get up on top of these ridges, and you can see progress, they call it, slowly approaching into this old wilderness country. And I don't care much for it myself. Guys, before I get started, everybody asks me, what do you use? I'm using an Equinox 600. Not an 800, but a 600. And what I'm using is a Garrett pointer, all-terrain. And yes, they're both waterproof. They've done me a good job. Let's get into the woods. There's a 13 to a 15. No iron. Let's hope it's a shotgun here, not a nail. I'm in one of the roughest places I believe I've ever been in, on top of this knob. Man. And I'm not even hitting it. Go down. Over here. Whatever it is. Yeah, I can see it. No bullet. An old bullet. That thing's 6 inches deep. Let me clean a piece of it off. No, it's just an old bullet. Modern bullet. Well, it ain't to be that deep and that looking, you know, it may be 50 years old, 60, who knows. Old lead bullet. Okay. This is one of the roughest places I believe I've ever been. Not as far as steep and rocky, just rocky and thickets. But we're moving on. There's a 10 to a 20 bouncing around, no iron. Probably a bullet. I've not found no shotgun shells yet on this ridge top. Too rough, and I haven't seen no hickory. I haven't seen no sign of old hickory. Nope. It is a shotgun shell. Red awful funny, didn't it? Let me see if there's something else here. Let me lay this over here. No, that was it. We'll see what that was. Well, here it is on this rough ridge. Western Expert. Is that field or expert? Let's see. No, that's a Western field. Not an Expert. I'll get an angle here. So that's an old one. That is an old one. I mean old. All right. That's a good find on this rough ridge. It takes some doing to get up here. It's steeper than a cow's face. I'm gonna clean up my mess. And I mean, it is rough up here. But somebody's hunting it because I found a tree stand. All right, moving on. Well, I'm up on top of this old ridge. It's hard as heck to get up here, but it's not too bad when you get up on this top flat up here. But here's this tree stand. How in the world did they get up here before daylight to hunt this place? It's beyond me. Moving on. Well, that jumps all over the place. 14, 15, 23. Acts like a bullet. But you never know in this old soul. Nope. Reading funny today. Ground's wet. Shotgun shell. A high brass of some kind. Let's see what that one is. Well, here this one is. That's a Peter's high velocity. That's an old one. That's when they really started making high brass shells. High velocity. HB. I know that's an old one. That's a good find. All right. Clean up my mess. Moving on. Weird target here. Barely. Got iron in it. Reads up to a 20. And it's got iron in it. I don't know. We're going to find out. That's a weird target in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. Well, there it is. Barbed wire fence. We'll leave that alone. Leave that alone. That's why it's reading weird. All right, moving on. Low tone, then a higher tone. Shows a 4 or 5. Right there it shows a 13 to a 16. Now, I don't know, under this old wood. We'll see what it shows. Oh, big old root right there. See what that is. There's a shotgun shell right there. I'm gonna lay it right over here. See what else is maybe there. That was it. And it wasn't but an inch under the ground. See what that one is. Well, there's that one. That's a Winchester Super Speed. High brass. That's why it's super speed. That wasn't but an inch and a half underground, something like that. Under these logs. Alright, cleaning my mess up and moving on. There's some iron, or rust. Some iron. Also a 16 to a 19, but it can't really lock on to it. Yeah. Let's hope it ain't no nail. Piece of fencing. We'll find out. Get out from under these rocks. rock. What I thought, nail. Just an old nail. Old nail. All right. Put it back like I found it. And I'm moving on. $17, $18. And it jumps up. So it's probably a bullet. Probably a bullet. And it is. Bullet. Old green bullet. Lead. All right. Moving on. Boy, this country is so vast up here on these ridge tops. It don't look that way till you get up here. But it's just, I haven't scratched the surface in these ridges. So vast, so beautiful. But I'm convinced there's some old stuff hidden in these ridges and these rocks. But the one thing about it, that door and that window's fixing to close here pretty soon. Everything's starting to turn green on these ridges, and that's when the snakes will be out. That's when you gotta watch, and them ticks especially. Now I want to show you something here I found. I thought maybe it might, an old tree stand. Well, what's the big deal about a tree stand? But this is an old one. Looks like the tree's growing around it. It's in here so long. I'll show you the old steps up to it. That drove in that tree a long time ago. Old tree's just growing around it. Looks like it's even got a bird's nest up in it. Now that's an old one. Thought I'd show it to you. But we're gonna move on. There's a solid 13 to 14, no iron. Here. This has to be one of the roughest ridges I've ever been. And I've been on some rough ones. Out of the hole. And there it is. Shotgun shell, baby. See what that one is. How old is it? That's a Western Expert there. So they made them up to, I think, 64. I may be wrong out here in the field. You'll see a picture of it. Okay, clean up, moving on. There's a 15 to a 20, no iron, but could be a shotgun shell, could be a bullet. That's what this equinox reads. This ground's wet, so it gives some signals that it normally don't give. Well, it's way back here. Under this bush. Nope, it ain't a shotgun shell. It's a latch. Here. It ain't. It's so rusted that I can't open it, but it ain't rusted away. It could probably be repaired and used. It's a rope snout. Probably some hunter or something. Who knows? It's about 2 inches deep. Well, there you go. There's a 14 for 16. See what we got there? And that's right next to what I just dug that snap on there. Maybe it's another one. I have no real idea what that is, but it's setting the detector off. Looks like a rusty old nut right there. I get it home, I'll clean it up better. That's what it looks like. An old square nut. What it looks like. All right. See if there's anything else there. That wasn't a foot from that snout. Oh, well, here's today's finds, guys. It's a beautiful day. Oh, man, these ridges is rough. If I didn't do nothing else, I done a lot of walking. And you can see my finds here. I didn't even show. I'm not even going to show a lot of this stuff. I showed one nail here that I found, but I found a few more here and there. It's not worth the time showing you. Just old nails. I think it's just from old barbed wire fences, and old posts are gone away a long time. There's an old square-headed nail. How about that? Old nails, buddy, in this old country. I went in some rough country back there and found a few bullets. This looks like a 45 APC, but it's not. This is a hunting round. Solid bullet. Don't know how old that is. Here I found on this old ridge, rough up there, man. I mean rough. It's solid old lead here. Don't know how old that is. Old lead bullet. It could be 40, 50, 60, 70, I don't know. But you saw it come out of a cartridge, you can see where it's crimped around it. And I found some little old pieces of bullets. Just pieces. Chasing them around, trying to find them. I did find this. Out in the middle of these old woods. I don't know what that is. That's either something, you know, it's old, but it's not super old. It's an old snout. I didn't even force it. It's rusted together right there. Old snout. Could have been a hunter, somebody with their dogs, or a goat, who knows. When I found out, that's about 4 inches deep. And I started to leave, and I checked it again and found this with it. Not about a foot from it. Looks like a little bolt clamp. There's a square-headed nut, so it probably bolted something on something going with that snap. But I got up on these rough ridges because it's going to be not long you can't get in there for the snakes. So I have to get in them more rough places and then start backing out in the more open places as the snakes get out. But I found this, no shotgun shell. You see the date on that, and that's pretty good condition. Old high price, Winchester Super Speed. You see the date on that. It's not new, but it's pretty good shape. The head of it is anyway. And here's another one. This is an old one. When they started making these high price Peters HB. Still got the, feel like got the wadding still in it there. Oh well. Seen the date on that one. Here's the oldest one. And it is in good shape to be so old. See the date on that? Man, that is an old shell. Western Peel. Old shell. But look how good a shape it is. It's just where they lay. These old rocks and that clay up there, they don't lay in no water, so they preserves them. You can find one, 20, 30 years old, and it'd be rusted away. You find them over 100 years old, and they'd be in mint condition, I'm telling you. It's just how the ground is here. But I'm still looking for the oldest one. And here's the newest one, I think. See the date on that. Western Expert. They made them all the way up to this date. And it's pretty rough shape. But the head's still good, for a good display. Now, these old things ain't worth nothing. I know they ain't. But they're collectors. This is part of our history, our heritage. The old guys that shot these shells, long gone from this world. But they's putting meat on the table. I guarantee you that. Well, there you go, guys. There's the day's finds. I try to get back in here when I can. I've got so much going on. And I love to do this metal detecting. But when you least expect it, it's like fishing. You'll find or get into something you least expect it. But you just got to get out there. And if you're not finding trash, you're not metal detecting. So I want to thank y'all for watching. God bless every one of you, and I'll see you next time.